So I really appreciate the warm welcome over here, the warm welcome back. And again, it's not as if I just popped out from nowhere. I've been publishing for the last 7.5 years over on my newsletter on Substack. And we had a TikTok account that took off for a while. Got more than 50,000 followers over there in less than 6 months and had a good time. But it's just not the same as here. There's more like follow through here, and the comments from people are more in depth. And you can do longer videos. And on TikTok, it's like I was always in a rush to get to the point. And you don't have to do that here. You know, if I need to take 4 or 5 minutes to explain myself, or even 10 minutes on occasion, you guys are here for it. And that's great, you know. But in the comments, some people asked for my views on Israel and with the Israel-Gaza war and all that. And it's definitely fair to ask a journalist, what do I think of these things? I know so little about Israel that I had to look up online right now. I had to look up and see when it was actually founded as a country. And it was founded in 1948, so 3 years after the end of World War II. So can we say that the Israelis helped us win World War II, which is responsible for America's current perch toward the top of the economic order? Can we claim Israel helped us? No, they didn't help us at all. They were founded 3 years after in kind of the remnants of World War II with the help of the United Nations and a number of wealthy American families. And Israel is an ethno-state, right? It's a religious ethno-state. And it's a country that has so much nationalism. They have conscripted soldiers. When you turn a certain age, you're required to be in the military. Most liberals and progressives and stuff would be horrified if they heard about a strict religious ethno-state that conscripts their own people into military service, even women. They'd be like, what is this? But because it's Israel, it gets this special pass. And I've never been to Israel. I think that did Israel help us found this country? Again, no. There was no Israel when the founding fathers created America. Now, there were influential Jews. Alexander Hamilton, the first Treasury Secretary, he was Jewish openly, and the founding fathers had no problems with him being, in charge of the Treasury. And it's very strange, though, right? We're one of 3 superpowers, the U.S. Russia has no similar relationship to any tiny country in the Middle East, right? Russia is out for Russia. They're not out for Israel. They're not out for Iran. They're out for themselves. And the same with China. China answers to the Communist Party, but that's an internal power structure. They don't answer to some other country. In fact, some Chinese politicians have said that they study what Israel has done to the U.S. They're fascinated by it because to some extent they want to copy it. They want to learn, how does this tiny country isolated from America by an ocean, how do they have so much dominance? How do they have so much power here? And how do they, have the AIPAC handlers who control so many members of Congress, or at least influence them? That's not conspiracy theory. That's real. I mean, that's just demonstrable truth. And so again, it's strange. It's absolutely strange. And I think if you're an American, you should put America first, not a country in the Middle East. And I couldn't be more clear about that. So I appreciate the questions and comments asking me for my views on Israel. Again, the Middle East is just not my area of expertise, but I think there's something weird there. And to the extent that they have their hooks into our legislative branch, it's time for us to pull away. We need to do what's right for America, not what's right for Netanyahu, not what's right for the Jewish people, not what's right for Israel, what's right for America. And the replatforming recently and the growing popularity of people like Nick Fuentes is there because there are a lot of Americans, just normal middle-class Americans, who are watching videos on places like TikTok and here that go into the AIPAC handlers and how the state of Israel has so much control over our elected legislators in Congress and in the Senate. And it's like, what is going on here? Like, are we meant to fight Israel's wars? We're 100 times bigger than they are, and we're separated from their conflicts with a literal ocean. So when we go over there, it's because we're being influenced in some way. That's not in our own interest, it's in Israel's interest. But yeah, guys like Nick Fuentes are only finding an audience because Americans are unhappy about this. What other minority has such a foothold in American policy? That doesn't make me anti-Jewish, doesn't make me a bad person. I'm certainly not prejudiced against anybody. But again, it's a religious ethno-state. It's not our country, and you got to make your pick. You're either for America or you're not. So I hope I've answered that one. As far as the LA wildfires, I feel like I got my platforms back at just the right time because this is clearly the biggest story in the country right now. I was watching this video that Elon Musk put up where he drove to the Palisades Fire Command Center, the fire department's command center there. For about 12 or 13 minutes, he just conducts a video interview where he's got his phone pointed at this fire chief. And he's showing him the map of all the fires and stuff. And Musk is like, so how did this start? And the guy says, well, we don't know. We don't know right now. It's under investigation. And that should be very troubling to people because this is not an isolated incident of like one homeless person decided to just set some brush fires. We're seeing signs of coordinated arson coming from almost all different areas of Los Angeles and greater LA, right? Like fires encircling the most populated part of Southern California. Again, what's going on there? Something's wrong. I'm not the NSA, but someone should be looking into this. Someone should be doing a deep poll of all the communications in the Los Angeles area to see who are these people setting the fires, who gave them cell phones, who wired the money, etc., because those answers are out there. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, and be sure to get my free email newsletter. It's almost 4,000 of you already get. Be sure to sign up for that if you haven't yet. I'll put a link in the comments.